Well, awesome TV movie talk. I guess we did you watch Married at First Sight?
Yes.
All right, so we can go by couple to couple. We can start off with Aries and Jasmine. What the hell happened? Oh, they're back friends again. I don't know why in the hell he want to be friends with this woman for. I'm just, I'm perplexed.
No, I don't understand why she want to be friends with him.
Why? They was like talking, like piling around, like they
And he
like a
kept
home.
hugging up on her and stuff. I'm like, what is he doing?
Right.
And then
Mm,
he had his date, but he was all happy and talking about he liked the way she looked and stuff. But Jasmine looked better than his date that he had.
right. Well, and the thing is with her is okay, this woman was she tried out to be married at first sight, but she didn't get in. But
Hmm.
she had all that lengthy conversation about religion. If you all that religion, what are you all that religious? What are you
I said
doing
the
on the
same thing.
show?
I said if you that religious, you would not be on no fucking married at first sight. So she needs to
Exactly.
cut that shit out. And did
Right.
you see her eyebrows? Them things
Yeah,
was
I
all the way
seen.
across her face. That shit was driving me crazy. And shit,
I'm
like
like
they not eyebrows, they draw ons. I'm like, whatever. Like that thing is long behind. It's going so far back. It's like being tucked behind her hair.
everything she talked about was about religion. If you all that religious, you shouldn't be on this show.
Cause she full of crap. Don't believe all these people that be on these TV shows talking that religious stuff.
Hmm. There we go with Christopher and Nicole. What the hell happened with them? Well, they moving out, right? They got their own place,
Hmm.
and they're everybody acting like they're the ones that's happy, and they
But did
they
you ever look at his face? He never looks like he happy.
like
I
he
don't
just
think I don't think he like her, but I think he's scared of her. So he just going with the motion. You're like, hey, you know what I mean?
right. And I'm sorry, but I'll be shocked if they stay together. I'll be shocked.
Why is she always got to be like the ringleader, doing all the talking, setting people up, and doing this like she run the show?
Right. I don't know. And but the thing is, they listen to her.
Right. So how they know?
So we gonna go with Clint and Gina. Here's another group that's acting like they like good friends and stuff. So Clint been taking her dog, Wh- which I don't understand. And then the mom, she's intervened. So they gonna get in a fight over a dog?
No, that was the show hyping it up. Clinton not even trying to steal the dog. They were just hyping that shit up like that.
Hmm.
The thing is, they live in the same apartment complex, and she keep going out with the girlfriends out of town and all that. And she knows she got a fucking dog sitter in Clinton. He's an idiot because I don't care how much you like the dog. That's her responsibility. Let her watch her dog.
Exactly.
Same with the other boy watching the other girl dog. Where these dudes come from? You break up with a girl, but you keep watching their dog for him.
Right. If you like the dog so much, get your own dog.
Well, he did go to the kennel or whatever, and he was looking at dogs, the same type of dog, but puppies. So he's not really trying to. It was the show trying to hype that shit up. But it was funny because why was she talking about a lawyer and talking about how they're going to split their assets, and then
Right.
she went on talking about how she got all these loans and stuff for her business and all that shit. Talking about how she can. I guess she's trying to figure out where her credit and the loans and stuff, do they split her debts? But then she turned
Hmm.
around and say, "Well, I got to make sure he can't keep my dog." Like, first off, you've been on the show and you only been married for what, 8 weeks or something.
Right.
Whatever you came with is yours. I'm pretty sure the show made them sign off on something. You ain't going to
Hmm.
be able to juice nobody like that.
Well, my thing is, I couldn't understand it because if they don't stay married and get a divorce, shouldn't the TV show handle all the divorce procedures? Why in
I'm
the hell
pretty
do I
sure
gotta get a
that's what
lawyer?
I'm saying. I'm pretty sure they is. I think she just did that to be extra on the show.
Yeah. And
Like you
she
said, these people make them sign all type of paperwork and stuff. So if you get in a divorce, I don't even think it really count. That's probably what it is.
and
So if
she
go ahead.
make it seem like that he's so damn childish and all that stuff. See, Clint is cool with me because he was talking. Gina was talking about how Clint and Dominique may be going out, and she was like, "Oh yeah, well she's young and she may be for him." Like he's like so childish or something.
Hmm.
Yeah, he seems see stuff like that. If I hear her say that about me, I wouldn't really even deal with her like that. making him
Well,
look
that's what
like
she
he's like
did.
a bad guy.
She always take little shots at him, but he
Right.
say one thing sideways, and there's the whole world and everybody on the internet against him.
Hmm. Like, oh, he's sitting there drunk. He was in a vacation home and he got drunk in a vacation home. Whoopie do.
Hmm.
He wasn't in the street or anything acting like an asshole. He was in the house and having fun. I don't see nothing wrong with that.
She said he's corny. He got corny jokes. She said he's a ginger. Like she took so many different shots at that dude. And it
And
was
he's
fucked up how the new girl that was a redhead said the same thing. I don't like gingers. Like, why the
yeah,
fuck you on this date?
because I'm redhead too, and if they see us going out, they'll think we brother and sister. That don't make no damn sense
I
whatsoever.
said the same thing. That's stupid. But my thing is, y'all friends hooked y'all up. So it's not like no nobody know. And I'm pretty sure girls will be like, well, what do he look like? They're not just gonna go all willy nilly blind and on a date like that with that's a hookup.
Right.
So you knew he had red hair. You just wanted to be on TV.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as she said that, he should be all right. Well, it was nice knowing you, and walked away.
Right. So Mac and Dominique, it was so funny. Mac was where they had that party. She was like, "Oh, here." He was talking shit about Dominique. Ain't nothing
Mhm.
wrong with Dominique. She's just too young to be on the show. She should never been on the show like this, trying to get married. She's young and whimsical. She's in that phase of her life. Whimsical,
I
don't
see.
know up from
I don't
down.
think she's too young to get married, but I don't think her head is in it right now.
Mentality, yeah,
But
mentality.
that's her. But at that age, I think you can be, and I don't think nothing wrong with that. Was she 25? That's old
Yeah,
enough to
you
get
can be
married to
married
me.
at that age, but in she's in the phase of her life where she wants to be whimsical and like how you talk about going out all the time,
Well,
that stuff.
well,
There's nothing wrong with that.
she wanted a guy that had a lot of bread and was established. That's why she keeps saying she want to order dude because she wanted to do with bread. And when she saw my man was renting out a basement, she was like, "Oh hell no!" And then that was the red flag all the way for her. But
And
my man turned around and he's looking at fucking acres and shit. He's trying to buy a home and all this shit. Like he got bread. Just because he living in the basement don't mean he ain't got no money.
right.
He's just doing it for the show because he's not even from there. What you want him to do? Buy a house just for a show and then what?
And
So that
Dominique,
was her thing. She didn't, and it's funny because she was mad that he was out of town, but then she started hitting on Gil that's out of town. She didn't
right.
like dogs, but then she turned around and get a dog.
And like Philip said, they Gil and Dominique had the Zoom date, I guess you want to call it.
Hmm.
And my man Gil was like, "Who the fuck is this? And why are you calling me?" He had that thing, that type in his voice, like
He said, how long did your marriage last? She said 11 days. And that was enough for him right there. He
yeah.
ain't want to hear no more what she had to say.
Hmm. So I don't know if that's gonna work out
It
for
ain't. Well, he
Dominique.
said, I'm busy the next 4 weeks, so we'll see. That's clear cut saying I ain't gonna hit
Right,
you up. It's been nice.
right.
Because it don't
But
take nothing but a half an hour to hit her up on a daily basis. So if you to be, what are you doing? You're a firefighter. What you work 4 days a week, like 10 hours a day? Like you
hmm
got time to talk to a girl. Like cut it out.
right. Hey, hell, Philip, most of the time they just sitting around bullshitting.
Right, exactly. Sitting at the firehouse, fucking playing cards and shit.
Right. One of my boys, he's an engineer, and they had to do some work in a firehouse, so they had to go there and do measurements and all that shit.
Hmm.
And he said all the time he spent there, he said them guys was doing absolutely nothing. He said they slept more than more than doing anything else, and they
Well,
always get like the young boys to like
mhm.
to wash
Oh
the
yeah,
truck and doing
definitely.
doing
Yeah.
what you would call grunt work.
Right. So
They'll
like
have to go to.
I pass the firehouse around the corner almost every day. When I pass it, like you said, is the young boys out there washing the truck and old heads standing around bullshit. And that's just how it
Hmm.
is. Like this is one of them jobs you're always on the clock, but it ain't a fire every day. So y'all most of the time be chilling. And if I was a young firefighter, I wouldn't even pay no rent. I'll just sleep at the firehouse. They got beds, they got showers. So I'm just gonna crash here and stack my loot.
Right. Hmm. So now we going to Shaquille and Kirsten. Um, I know my man Shaq ain't trying to get back in there because here's another person that always talks shit about him behind the scenes or whatever. And
Well,
she
he don't
told
know that though, but he'll know it on that next episode, I guess, because they sure know how to drag his show out.
right, and
Here, the
then
show been over 3 weeks ago, and we still catching episodes.
hmm and then Kirsten told her cousin. about yeah, and he was crying. Well, what is he crying for? Trying to make it seem like he's like a
Hmm.
sucker or something
Right.
because he was crying. What is he crying for? Oh no, I wouldn't even meet up with him.
She talked too much shit behind his back, like you said.
Right.
And
So go ahead.
he's an idiot because he was mad that he said she wasn't, what she say, comforting. What did he say? What was the word he
Yeah.
used? But it's like you divorced her. Why does she need to comfort you? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was their meetup at
He
the
left he
park.
left the door open to say, well, where do we go from here? Like it's a possibility, but he shouldn't even have done that.
Nope.
Because I think the first 4 weeks he was like madly in love with her. What do you say? She's the most beautiful girl I've ever seen. Like he was on her, but she wasn't
Hmm.
showing no love back. So then he got all fucking cold and was like, well, fuck it. She ain't for me. Especially when she said, I want you to buy my house and buy me the car and all this shit. Oh, he was like, oh, fuck that.
Right.
After that conversation, he was never the same.
Right. Like Philip said, they drag ass on this show. So next week they're gonna have the old people come in there and talk about their situation. So I guess we won't be talking about Married at First Sight next week. Then the week after that they'll have the reunion. So it'll probably be 3 weeks of that. That, that reunion.
The reunion part one, the reunion part two.
Yes.
Then they're gonna do
So
the where are they now? Like all this shit.
yep. So in other words, this show been on for like damn near like 6 or 7 months.
Goddamn fucking decision day was like 3 weeks ago.
Yep. Any other TV? I looked at the first episode of The Night Agent. So
Hmm.
far so good. So far so good. Where they kidnapped the baby and killed the lady in the house.
Yeah, that was
Well,
fucked up.
yeah.
I liked
Uh
it though. I finished it and I binge watched it. I
mm,
watched it that new website, what is it, on stream?
mm-hmm.
Well, if you put it on your phone, you could just download the episode right there and
Right.
it's kind of fast. So I downloaded like all of the episodes. I think I had like 7. I just downloaded all of them real fast and then I watch the episode like on my way home from work or on my
Mm-hmm.
lunch break like that if I ain't going outside. I pretty much binge watched it and it kept me interested, so it was cool.
Anything else TV wise
I started Ozark.
from the first season?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
And
I
what you
saw
think
like
so?
no, I remember before because before I watched the first 2 episodes, now I'm up to 4. And I
Mm-hmm.
liked it. I liked it before, I just never stuck with it. So I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
try to stick with it. I didn't know people was on Reddit talking about how Tommy from Power was on the other show that we used to watch.
Ozark.
Not Ozark, the other show we used to watch.
What?
The sheriff got killed and then the convict became the sheriff. What's the fuck is the name of that show?
You talking about the Amish show, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I forget the name of the show, but yeah,
Banshee.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So I started watching that again because I wanted
Banshee
to.
too.
Season 2 got Tommy in it,
Uh huh.
and I never finished all of season 1, so I started that over again. I only watched a couple episodes, like 2.
Okay. Anything else?
TV show wise, nah. Then I
Yeah,
think of
yeah. I don't have anything either other than I watched the Night Agent. I don't have anything TV wise.
hmm.
Anything in the movie front?
Movies. I did watch. I watched Spider Man today.
The new one,
Yeah.
the cartoon.
Hmm.
And what you think?
It was okay. I mean, I had Ava on my lap and she was hot and she was tossing and turning, so I wound up passing out. I didn't know it was over 2 hours.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch like the second half.
Now, do you, by looking at it, do you think that that's a children's movie?
Uh, Ava liked it and she stayed entertained, so yeah. But as far as following the story, no.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
too
that's the
much.
same
It's
thing I
too
was
much for a
saying.
kid to follow the story. But they
Yeah.
like to see like the characters if they know the characters. Like she know Spider Man, she knows Spider Gwen, so she know like a couple of the characters and stuff. She even knew some of the other Spider characters.
Hmm.
So it was cool for her. I guess she enjoyed like the characters slinging around and all that stuff.
Right. Like the Spider Verse, them breaking down stuff that was going on in the
Yeah, she
Spider
don't know all
Verse
that.
and the dramatic stuff
Right.
with the
And when she saw the uncle, she knew right away who that was because she saw the first one.
right. Well, if you seen the uncle, then you must have seen the whole thing then. Or what was you falling asleep?
Yeah, well, that's why I said the second half. I was like falling asleep.
Oh,
I made it
okay.
all the way through, but I
All
want to see
right.
the second half to get like a better feel.
Right. And
I
yeah,
was
cause
I was doing all this yard work this morning and shit, so that's probably what wore me down. And then we put it on.
hmm
I thought I was gonna put it on a little bit later, and then
right.
Shay started making the popcorn for us. I was like, I might as well put it on because yesterday I said we're gonna eat some popcorn and watch a movie. So when Shay made the popcorn, I was like, well, fuck it, we just gonna put it on.
And when Spider-Man 2099 was talking about how Miles messed up the Spider-Verse and they was there to fix it up. What kid can keep up with that?
Right, shit, I'm an adult, and I was like, well, what's going on? How did he fuck that up?
Right, because the spider was from the dimension he went into with when you saw the Prowler. That's
Right.
where the spider was from. Spider was from that dimension,
Hmm.
and he messed it up because his Peter Parker was supposed to get the spider, and Miles Peter Parker died.
Right.
So they trying to say like he messed it up because he's Spider Man.
Right. Well, it's like how they always do in these movies, like with timelines and stuff. One
Right,
little thing, even with like Back to the Future and Mr. Destiny, one little thing that you do different that goes against the normal flow of things will open up a whole new fucking timeline and everything will change.
right,
So I get that because they've been running that same story in different movies and shows.
and Spider Gwen, her Peter Parker, as you seen in the beginning, her Peter Parker died, and her father had quit the force, so he didn't have to die. So now they're saying since they don't Miles' father don't have to die either
Hmm.
because Gwen's father quit the force, so he don't have to die. He's not the chief of police anymore.
Hmm.
So yeah, I see. I thought it was yeah. Watch it again because I actually thought it was good.
It was good from what I can tell, but like I said, some stuff I don't need my kid on my lap and playing around and all this
hmm
stuff. Like when I'm trying to pay attention to what's going on.
and he also need to use his powers more. Eh,
Now I was confused because your spider sense is supposed to tingle, but when he invisible, he don't trigger off no other spider
no,
senses on
no,
people.
they don't. If you that's why I've said that he need to use it more. If he's invisible, it doesn't. The spidey senses won't tingle.
That's bullshit.
That's how it is in the comic book.
I know, but that's bullshit. Your spider sense is supposed to be your warning. So if something is invisible but can still fuck you up, you're supposed to be warned.
hmm But anything else?
Nothing. Nothing I can think of.
Well, I looked at the well. The well stars Brendan Fraser.
I heard that was real good. I put it in queue. I didn't watch it yet.
Yeah, Brendan Fraser is a gay guy,
On a scale of
and
1 to 10, would you give it?
oh, I give it about a good 7.5. It's up there. Um, want me tell you about it? Want me give you a little quick synopsis, or
Well, I know what it's about, but you can go ahead.
well, he's a gay guy, and see, I didn't know he was gay because they never talked
Well,
about
I
him
didn't know he was
being
gay even
gay.
until you just told me.
Yeah, so he's what happened was his lover. He met his lover. He was a teacher, a college professor, and he met his lover in class. And he got together with the lover, and he left his wife and child for the dude. So the mom was like so upset and didn't want him to have any interaction with the daughter again. So the daughter was like a little kid. So what happened was the guy was from a religious background. The lover, Brendan Fraser's lover, was a religious background, and he was banished from his family, and he committed suicide. So Brendan Fraser was so upset he just binged, ate and ate and ate, and
Hell
got
spin out of control.
yeah, and got morbidly obese. So he stays in the house. All the movie takes place in his home.
I saw he was a professor online and he just be chilling and shit at the crib.
Yeah, he does online professor work, but he always acts like the camera doesn't
Right, the
work.
black camera and shit.
Yeah. So the the guy's sister is your girl is named Hung Chow. Hung Chow is the lady with the gray hair that's on the night agent, the Asian woman.
Hmm.
She's his she's the it, she's brother. The brother was the lover. That was his sister. So she goes and check up. And she's a nurse, so she goes and checks up on him and they talk. and the daughter had came over. The daughter had came over and wanted him to do a report for him. So she was kind of like using
His
him.
daughter or her daughter?
Yeah, his daughter was
Okay.
kind of like using him to
Mm-hmm.
like do her book report and all that stuff. And he was like, "Well, look, if you stay and talk to me, I give you XYZ amount of dollars." It was over like $100,000 or something.
Mm-hmm.
So she was like, "Yeah, all right." She was thinking about that money, but she was like one of those angry kids. And you
Mm-hmm.
know, 9 times out of 10, if a kid is angry like that, they're hurt. And she was hurt about the dad leaving her like that,
Mm-hmm.
and the mom was like a drunk. So they was all like, all had, they all was like angry. And well, I'll just leave it at that until you watch it. But
So they intentionally left the gay part out like that for us.
yeah,
Because
they
like I
cause
said, I seen so many previews on it, I ain't never seen nothing about him being gay.
right.
And it's almost like that, and then he won an Oscar for it because that's what they like to push.
Yeah.
So that was just like the remember the black movie that we thought was gonna be a gangster movie and it turned out to be a gay movie, but they never
Yeah.
let us know in the preview. Same shit.
You and Tyreek. Moonlight,
Yep.
you and Tyreek saved me from watching
Oh shit,
that.
man. That got I'm thinking like, okay, we got us a nice little gangster movie and shit. Never said anything about no gay stuff. And I got around, I was like, what the fuck am I watching?
Yeah. Oh, you had to
And he
hear.
gonna get an Oscar, they're gonna get an Oscar for that.
Yeah. He was like, yeah, when it came on, I seen all abandoned buildings and people hanging out. And I was like, oh shit, this is gonna be
Yep.
some gangster shit. I said, oh boy, I'm glad I dodged that bullet. But no, it wasn't really nothing graphic or anything. Everything is like implied. But during the start of the movie was him getting caught jacking off to a gay porn. But of course, it wasn't graphic or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only sight you see. Everything else is like implied, like the dude had
Mm-hmm.
already died and all that stuff.
Okay.
But great acting, especially with the daughter name is her real name is Sadie Sink. Her and Brendan Fraser's scenes was very good together. And your girl was good in it also. She was nominated for an Academy Award. She didn't win, but yeah, it was pretty much them three, and it was a church guy that was coming over the house and everything. It was pretty much just them four in a whole movie.
Mm-hmm.
The wife had like one scene in it. It was all in his house, so because he couldn't move or
Mm-hmm.
anything, and directed by Darren Drofsky. But that guy's like really good. Black Swan, The Rustler, Requiem for a Dream. He's up
Black
there.
Swan was stupid. The wrestler was good.
I thought Black Swan was all right. I
No,
liked
that
it.
was stupid. That was
And
stupid.
Requiem for a Dream, he had something to do with. I think he wrote it, but I don't think he directed it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he's like up there. He's up there
Well,
with all the
them
guys that.
Oscars, I think, Black Swan got an Oscar too, didn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
hmm And I watched. I forgot to tell you, I watched your Everything But the Chip documentary. Very good too.
I keep
And
forgetting about that. I gotta I'm probably gonna download it and watch that on like, on my
yeah,
phone.
yeah, that was a very good documentary. And another documentary you should download and put on your phone is Reggie, about Reggie Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Good documentary too. I looked at that, especially how they get into all the race stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a very good documentary. They say Andre Ward documentary is good also, so I guess you can put that on your phone too. I don't know. I haven't watched it yet. But Reggie kept me the more everything but the chip kept me into it because we lived that all the stuff they're talking
Mm-hmm.
about, we lived it. Reggie kept me into it because when he they get into all the race stuff, and how they
Mm-hmm.
was all had the he had he got drafted, and he got drafted by the A's, but the minor league was in like Alabama, so he was like, oh shit. So he had stayed with white guys. He had stayed with some white guys in their apartment, and I guess the people had found out that he was staying in there. So they said, like, well, look, if he's still staying here, we're gonna burn this apartment down. So he had to live in a hotel, and he had befriended the girls. The owner's daughter was like worked there, And I guess, when he was like coming home and everything, he would like, sit and talk to her. And you say,
Mm-hmm.
I was petrified talking to her. I'm assuming she was white. He was like, I was petrified talking to her because I didn't want to get caught.
Mm.
And all the stuff about how black people don't have any like real big positions in baseball. And I didn't know he still worked in baseball.
Neither did I.
Yeah, he does like the pub what they call it. They call it I'm thinking what they call it at my job. They call it they have somebody on board there to see to keep control of like the minorities that work there or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Like the percentage or whatever had to keep the percentage. He's like
Mm-hmm.
does that for the Houston Astros. So he damn won a darn I guess he got 2 rings from Houston. I don't know when
Mm.
he started Houston, but he was there when they won last year, so I assume he got 2 rings from him.
Probably.
So yeah, that was a good documentary, Reggie.
I
It's
didn't
on
remember. I tried to watch him.
it's on Amazon Video, everyone. Anything else you want to add?
No, and I did see a couple videos. You can probably talk about it next week. The one was about the did you ever see this black goo?
No, what's that?
This shit is like, I swear we living in a damn Twilight Zone or a fucking alternate universe. This shit is like it's like a it's like an alien life form or some shit. But they saying it's like nanotechnology in it. This shit
Hmm.
is like black slime. It's almost like venom. When I saw this shit, I was like, what? This can't be real. And I saw it like attacking a bird. And then I
Hmm.
saw a guy with a glove on his hand. When he put his hand down, the shit like started going up his hand, just like how venom covers up, the human form.
Right.
I said, this shit can't be real, but I guess it is real. And then I was on TikTok looking at all these different videos and I just couldn't believe, like, where did shit come from? You know what I mean? So you can check that out and see something about that. And then the other one was did you see on the news where the guy reported an alien crash in their backyard?
Yeah, we talked about it.
Oh yeah. Well, I've been looking at more videos of that shit. So
Well, my thing is like obviously if it was something that crashed in the backyard, first of all, in 2023, I'm assuming everyone has cameras around their house, correct?
well, they said the camera in their house went black.
Sure did.
And they saying that the FBI took all their phones.
I'm pretty sure they
The
did.
guy said he recorded it on his phone, but now they can't even get the guy to talk. They saying the I guess the men in black, because they said it was like some guys in the black suit came over or whatever.
Right.
But now Shay said when they showed the house had like this big tent over it. I didn't see that, but that's what she said. She the one
Hmm.
first showed me the story, and then when I looked online, I was like, oh shit! And then I saw it pop up on Channel 6. But
Right.
they now they can't even get the people to talk about it no more. So
I,
somebody must have spooked them or something.
yeah, I wouldn't either. And now the plane crashed in the yard. Don't you think the police is going to come and investigate?
They did.
But they ain't talk about that. No, did they go? Did the police go in the backyard?
Yeah, now see this the trippy part right here because the first video that came out, they don't show it no more. But when the guy was like, "Yeah, come on with me," and he told the cop to come with him, he opened up the back door. The cop was like, "I got to turn my camera off because this is private property." He turned his camera off.
That's
Like
bullshit.
since when have cops turned the camera off?
Right? Yeah, that's bullshit.
You know what I
Oh, I
mean?
seen that part when the dude did that. That's
So why
bullshit.
did the cop turn his camera off? It's definitely something funny going on.
Right? No,
They don't
that's
never turn it. They be all up in people's houses, all in their cars. They never turn the camera off. Talking about some private property.
right. And we look at Cops, the TV show Cops, and
Mm-hmm.
they be all up in people's
Yep.
houses and raiding houses and all
Now
that stuff.
it's one thing if you just went in somebody private property on your own, but this is the homeowner saying, "Come with me." So
Right?
once he give you the green light, it's like a vampire. You let him in your crib, now he can come in.
Right.
You know what I mean? So for you to say I got to turn my camera off and all that is bullshit.
Hmm.
And that's what everybody on the website was saying. Like, where the footage? This is 2023. Somebody got to have some footage. And then I guess the guy said like they took all of our electronics and shit.
Good.
So I
Yeah.
don't know what to believe.
Hmm.
But if you look at the cop camera, you see something falling from the sky. Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. They showed that on the news.
I don't know what that was, but it definitely something was going on.
Yeah, they showed it on the news. Yeah, something is up there.
Hmm.
Well, all right, Dan. You can reach the Judgementals on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube at PNL Judgementals. Instagram at the_judgementals, or you can email us at pnljudgementals@gmail.com. All right, Phil.
All right. Peace out, everybody.
All right.